Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with Gary. So I've gone through the Persians and a few bits and pieces. I showed you some of the Shamash core that I'm going to do. I say some of the Shamash core. It was 6 figures. Well, I have some more of those now. So I'm going to show you those today. Show you what else I've painted. Now, everything here I've painted are recent. I've during this week or even yesterday, and a couple of them I finished this morning. So I am starting to get there. I'm starting to get through what I've got here, and I'm pleased with it. I will still stand by what I say. That my painting's functional, but it is getting. I can see fundamental. Increases? Is that right? Fundamental increases, fundamental somethings. Anyway, so I think it's getting better, and I'll just keep plugging away. Now, something really nice happened yesterday. My nephew came over. He's quite young. I would imagine he's 10. I think maybe 10, 11. He's at primary school, so I reckon 10, 11. And he was with his mum and dad and grandma and grandpa, and we had a really nice day. But he saw my figures and got really, really enthusiastic. And I said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a box. So I gave him a box of. I've got 2 boxes of these. So I gave him a box of them, and I said, what I'll do. So these are Egyptian spearmen. What I'll do is, and I gave him some brushes, and I gave him some pots and some paints and a few other bits and pieces, and I gave him a nice little box, put them all in a box, so they all look very nice. And I said, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a video, one a week, on how to paint the figures, how I would paint them. And if he has any questions, he can do a comment and ask me. And I've also said you also need to look at other people's videos. He said he's not going to. He said, no, I'm going to copy you, because that's what he saw, bless his heart. So so that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start doing that as of this week. And what I'll do is I will just take out one figure. He's going to paint 6 at a time. I'm going to paint 1, and just go through everything that I would do, to do that. Right, but I digress. So let's get over to the figures, and I'll just... Right. And let's zoom in. And a little bit more. Oh, and I've done it again. I've not put my glasses on. Right. Oh, it's wrong glasses. They're my painting glasses. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay. Alright. So, I'll bring these guys forward just a little bit. Okay, right. So, 6 more. There. I will zoom in just a little bit more, just, there we are, right, okay, so, same as the others, and they've all got orange shields. This is an officer. I'll put him at the front, and you can see I done exactly the same with his shield as what I said with the other guy's shield. You can't, let me bring this in a bit. Yeah, you can't really see it. Yeah, but there is the shield actually is very nice, but because I've put the transfer over orange, it doesn't really show up. So I have learnt a lesson. So I did them 2, and I did say that that won't happen again. So that's fine. So in future I will know not to do that. Okay, so these are from the Shamash core. And these are more Kisar Sharati, so general, the dog's body of the Assyrian army. And these are spearmen, and I think they look rather nice. Tell me what you think. I've done so mostly iron, because that's the well, the iron. They will be. The figures are really representative of the armies fighting, but I've got one guy there. He's got a. Oops, let's get a pointer. So there's a guy here. He's got bronze. So he's got bronze helmet and he's got bronze armour. Should I bring him to the front so you can just have a look? Now, yeah. So you can see he's got bronze armour, bronze helmet. And that's because these guys, I've purposely included some bronze, because I'm going to allow these figures to take part in the Bronze Age and also the Iron Age. And I'll see how that goes. So there's 6 figures there. Kisar Sharati from the Shamash Corps. And 6 more. I'll bring these forward. There's another 6. Again, very similar to the others. Different pose, but as you can see, I'm just turning them around a little bit so you can go have a good look. And again, I think they're quite nice. Now, I would imagine historically, I would imagine, right, I don't know, right, but historically I would imagine that they might have had a regimental type, so they might have all had orange shields, or green shields, red shields, maybe red tunics. Difficult to tell, because many of the reliefs, all the reliefs, oh no, that's not true. Some of the reliefs are in colour. I will have a look. The Imperial War Museum, the British Museum, they do have reliefs, so I can have a look there and see if they've got the same colours or separate. But I'm going to do these uniformed anyway. So they'll all be in this orange. For all of the Shamash troops, probably all of them. Well, all the Shamash troops will have those orange shields. I haven't decided about the tunics yet, because I think orange and yellow go quite nice together. So I might do that as well. So that's them 6 there, and then I've done some more orcs, so I can just bring them forward. Oops, a daisy. Bring them forward a little bit more. Okay. Now I was telling you a little bit about the orcs, and I'm going to do a timeline, and I'm starting a fantasy story. Now these ones I've still I mixed a lot of flesh colour with green, and I think they've come out alright, but in future I will be doing flesh colour and then wash in green, and I'll see how that goes. But generally I'm quite happy. I'm very pleased with, I don't know if you can see the standard here, so decapitated head, looks like a dwarf's head, quite pleased with that. And also I did freehand, so I drew this freehand and then painted over it, and it's a man's head in a guillotine, and there's a basket down there. Well, it's orcs, like that's what they do, chop people's heads off and stuff. Anyway, yeah, so that's where I'm up to now. Those orcs are coming along nice, and I'll tell you. So a part of my story, I'm going to add. I'm going to be adding to this and changing it. But I'll just tell you that I went for a little bit of the orc history, and no, I went for a bit of my fantasy history. But I thought I should mention when the orcs are first mentioned. So it says here, the orcs are not mentioned until the late first millennium, who were encountered by the elves when the orcs raided elf settlements in the east. Although they were easily driven off, their raids became more frequent and more determined. However, unorganised and chaotic. So that's just giving you a little bit of the type of history I'm going to work on, and that history will lead into a campaign. So that's that one. Now that video's taken a little bit longer than I'd wanted it to, but that's okay. I've got one more to do for now, and then I've got to get on with some more painting. So I'll speak to you soon. All the very best. Take care. Bye.